back to Get to Know Shinko with me, your host, Noah Shenandoah. Today, I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission to introduce you to some of the incredible businesses right here in Shenandoah County and some of the credible business owners and leaders who are making it all possible. Today, I'm visiting with Chris and Ashley, owners of Shady Hill Homestead in Newmarket. Chris and Ashley, it's great to have you on Get to Know Shinko.
Yeah, we're excited to continue to talk about how we're connecting people to food and their farmers.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Yeah.
PJ, welcome as well. I forgot to mention your name, but you're a great part of this team too. Got a couple questions for you today. Yeah, on the video, that's right. First question is, what makes Shenandoah County a great place to do business?
Yeah, when we think about what makes Shenandoah County so great, it definitely comes back to the people. We've
Yeah.
been really blessed with a great community of folks, both on the farming side and on the consumer side.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, just the fact that we're standing here in this field today, actually, neither of us come from a farming background, so some of those opportunities are a little bit harder, so we have to
Sure.
ask for help.
Yeah.
And that's something that we're a little leery about coming into it, at least maybe me, but we've definitely just been super grateful for all the folks that have supported us and continue to reach out, offer help, and just want to see us succeed.
Yeah.
And we've got such great consumers here in the county, folks who do want to have an investment in local agriculture
Yes.
and have better access to affordable options to feed their families.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Second question. So starting with just 1 acre, you've cultivated this thriving homestead. What inspired you to embark on this journey, and kind of how's your vision evolved since you began?
Yeah, so we both grew up in FFA, and Chris did
Okay.
4-H a little bit in
Okay.
high school, and so we both had the desire to be farmers, but no experience, no capital to get started.
Yes.
So we thought we would, buy a house and then later buy the farm.
Sure. Sure.
But when we bought the house, we realized we couldn't afford the farm. So we had an acre to get started. And we just started small, and that was the advice that we got from every farmer that ever told us, here's the one thing you need to know about farming was to start small, which is frustrating to hear. You're like, no, I just want
to plans for,
I want to do the big thing. But it has been a blessing to start small because we've learned a lot, and kind of how our vision has evolved over time is we're thinking about what does livestock look like for us at Shady Hill as we keep evolving, because something like doing chickens, which I had experience working at a chicken company, we didn't need a lot of investment into that. And we were able to find land to do that. So that was a good start for us. And then flowers was something that I had experience with in high school to get started with. So we just kind of picked things that we had a little bit of knowledge information with. We found other farmers to help us along. But I'd say the biggest evolution has been moving from the 1 acre that we had at our property in Newmarket and now leasing 2 different properties. We're going to be partnering with Crew this year to host like canning classes and some homesteading classes.
That's
so
great.
More educational component now too.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. So third question for you. Your pasture-raised non-GMO chickens have garnered rave reviews online. What sets your poultry apart? What practices ensure their quality and taste?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think just looking out here today,
Yeah.
we've got the chickens out here on grass. They are outside 24/7. We've got these structures here to protect them from the elements. But it definitely comes back to the care that we're able to put into them. We feed them a non-GMO feed.
Okay.
And like I said, move the structures daily. They're on a fresh patch of grass each day.
Yeah.
The other aspect that we're really proud of is Ashley and I are the only ones who take care of them from their first days all the way to packaging and out to consumers getting ready for their plates. So that's something
great.
that we're really proud of, and
Sure.
it's a lot of work. It's a high labor need, but
but you can ensure the quality from start to finish that way when your hands are.
And we have a smaller flock size too. So there are about 100 chickens here now, but there's only 50 in each structure.
Okay.
So they have more space in here to roam, being out on the grass, and also like just having the fresh air all throughout the day. That does affect the quality and the taste of the meat. It's a little bit different than what you would find just from a regular conventional chicken.
Okay.
There's more than one way to raise a chicken, and there are consumers who intentionally source pastured meats if it's pork or even local beef. So we like to think, why not local chicken as well?
That's right.
So,
That's great. That's great. So fourth question for you. Beyond poultry, you ventured into flowers, offering unique experiences like a bloom bar. How did this idea come about, and what can participants expect?
Yeah, so flowers were kind of the first thought that we had when we decided, hey, let's start farming, and then and chickens was kind of the livestock piece afterwards. But I worked in a flower shop when I was in high school, and we didn't grow flowers there. We just kind of put them together. They were wholesale flowers, so we had to learn everything new when it came to growing them from
so it's just
seed.
quite a process.
Because we grow all of these from seed here, but of course people were excited about bouquets.
Yes.
There are a lot of folks who just want to buy the flowers but not create with them. But then we started to, I used to be a teacher. I'm really into education and teaching people and connecting with people about the land. And so we were trying to think of what are workshops or things we can offer. And since we don't own our land here, we can't host people to come out to us. So we'll do something like the Bloom Bar, where we've done it traditionally now at Coffee to Grow here in Mount Jackson, because they're our coffee shop neighbor over here. And she'll like do something with coffee flights and have fun, different teas and lemonades and coffees. And then we'll have a Bloom Bar where people can just come up and pick out stems and build bouquets. There are still some folks who say, can you just make it for me?
Because I want it to be really pretty.
And that's totally fine. But something like that. We also started, when we started doing flowers, our coffee and flower combo. And that grew a lot in popularity. And I saw that on social media from someone out west. And I was like, we're going to try that here. So we just try to see what sticks with the flowers. We do a lot of business to business partnerships, and getting like bud vases on tables, like the Edinburgh Mill. Bryce Resort will buy flowers from us throughout the summer to have for their dinner events. So we do a lot of business to business. We're starting to do weddings this year as well. And the Bloom Bar was something some people asked about for weddings. Because they were like, I kind of want to do that for like my
creative experience for the guests.
So that's kind of, we just see what sticks, and sometimes customers give us ideas, and then we try it out. So
that's great. Next question for you. Sustainability is kind of a buzzword in agriculture. What are some specific practices you've implemented to ensure your farming methods are environmentally friendly and sustainable?
Yeah, of course, we need to take care of this land because we want it to be here for future generations, like whether it's our daughter or people way after that.
That's right.
But if the land's not healthy, it's not going to create healthy plants or healthy food. So with the chickens, we just have to make sure they're not quote unquote overgrazing. Like we move them every day to make sure that grass can grow right back and bounce back. Something like the flowers, we ensure we use drip lines so that we don't waste any water. So the water goes right to the plant. We're looking into rain barrels this year as well. So when you hear sustainability, it's always like, what are the things you're doing in addition to help the land? But we like to also define sustainability as, is this viable for our family? Economic sustainability, mental health sustainability. There's another farmer south of here who really inspires me to be a better grower. And he said, we talk about regenerative agriculture, but what about regenerating your family? There's nothing regenerative about running yourself into the ground trying to figure out, I need to do all of these things so that my business thrives. So there have been things that just didn't stick for our family, or things that will be changing here in the coming year that will work better for our family, because we don't farm at the cost of our family, we farm for our family. So
that's great.
We think about sustainability a little bit differently than everything, because no one looks for a label on your food that says sustainable.
Sustainably, right? Yes.
Right. They want to know different things. They want to know who the farmers are, where it was grown. So we try not to use buzzwords because it's confusing to consumers. So we just kind of redefine what agriculture means for us as a family and here at Shady Hill. So we do implement practices. We're going to be using our extension agent a lot more this year to learn more about some natural methods to keep growing plants that are free from chemicals too. But yeah, overall sustainability is a lot bigger word than just the environment for us here.
That's great. That's great. So for these first couple questions you all had in advance, but we always like to do kind of a fun question that you don't know in advance. So when I think of like growing things, whether it's poultry or flowers or having your own like homestead farm, I think that the idea of that's like really kind of idyllic, right? Like a lot of people are like, ooh, I would love to do that.
Oh yeah.
But I know growing up on a farm, it's a lot of work. So you mentioned earlier a little bit of an answer to this question, but what would be the first piece of advice that you would give to someone who's maybe like on the edge of wanting to do this? What would be one of those first step or two that you would offer as a piece of advice? Because I know you already mentioned the starting small piece, which was good advice given to you all as you began.
Oh yeah.
All right.
I think, and it definitely starts small. Like, I think try to, if you want to try chickens, just maybe try to get a couple. But I think aside from that, reaching out to people who already do what you think you want to do.
Yes.
Because there are some things that I want to try, and Ashley here has recommended, hey, let's not dive into it, don't put much money into it until we actually go meet with people and see a little bit more of the day-to-day, because there is a lot. You know, we've learned there's a lot more to the day-to-day. It's not just that, you know, picture perfect life there. So there's a lot to learn, understand. So definitely reaching out to folks who are doing what you want to do. I mean, you know, folks are more than willing to share what they've learned. I think I've always heard that as advice, just in all different
especially
things.
In the farming community that we have around here. I feel like there's so many people who welcome, you know, to give that advice.
Well, there's a lot of pressure, even, you know, this is such a the valley is beautiful. There's a lot of agriculture here. It's a really popular industry, and there's pressures to try to, I guess we hear a lot about data centers, or we get nervous about solar, and we want to preserve farming around here. So I think farmers are more than willing to try to help younger generations so that we can have the balance of both of those things here. But I'm glad you said it, because I was literally thinking of, like, you can't do this by yourself.
That's for sure.
You can't do it by yourself. It's way too much. Like, I can't do certain things. Chris can't do certain things. Like, I do all the marketing for our farm. And so we partner together, but of course that farming community, and learning a lot from them too. And Chris works with Farm Credit, so he definitely could have said a lot of things about finance, but we chose the people are a really great resource to have around here. So I get a lot of students that ask us about the cost of this. They're like, how much do I need to start this? And I'm just like, you shouldn't have like $5.
That's right.
But yeah, we've had a lot of ups and downs and challenges, but we rely on people across the county line or over the mountain to give us advice and answer our questions, so we can do this the best we can.
That's great. And you may have people now reaching out to you to ask you all questions.
Yeah, sometimes they do, and I'm shocked. I'm like, whoa,
wait a minute, we're now the ones helping out others. Yeah. That's great. Well, on that note, Chris and Ashley, thank you so much for being on Get to Know Shinko with me, your host, Noah Shenandoah. To learn more about and connect with Shady Hill Homestead, you can follow them. You're all on Facebook and Instagram as well. And their website is shadyhillva.com. So until next time, I'm Noah Shenandoah, encouraging you to get out, get some fresh flowers and a pasture-raised chicken, and get to know Shinko. If you'd like to have your business featured on Get to Know Shinko, please reach out to me, John Fogel, at jfogel@shenandoahcountyva.us, or message me right here on Facebook. We appreciate you watching this video and helping to get the word out on all the amazing businesses right here in Shenandoah County.